10 Best Inspirational Stories to Change Your Life. Inspirational Stories to Change Your Perspective. 1. Life is but a dream. A mouse fell into half a tank of rice and was delighted. After checking that there was no danger, he ate the rice and fell asleep immediately. Such is life, and he ate and slept in the tank for a while. But as life goes not, the rice is fast depleting, and finally, he finished all the rice. It was only then that he realized that jumping out is only his dream and everything is not within his control. Moral of the story: our life may seem peaceful, but there are actually dangers lurking everywhere. 2. Looking at things from another perspective. A wife was cooking in the kitchen, and the husband was at the side, constantly talking. "Cook slower," he said. Next minute, he chided, "Careful, your fire's too big. Take the fish out and flip it over. You've also put too much oil." The wife was frustrated and turned to said, "I know what I'm doing." "Of course you do, darling," said the husband peacefully. "I just want you to know the feeling I get when I'm driving and you are beside me chirping away." Moral of the story: it is easy to learn how to appreciate others if only you know how to look at things from their perspectives. 3. Be the best that you can be. There was an old carpenter who was going to retire, and because his boss could not bear to let him go, he asked the old carpenter to build a house before he leaves. Although the old carpenter agreed, his heart was already not on his job. He used lousy materials, and the house he built was one of his worst projects. When the house was ready, the boss told him that it was his parting gift to him. The old carpenter was saddened and ashamed to learn that the house he built was actually for himself. Moral of the story: everything we do in life, we are actually doing it for ourselves, so we must make sure we do the best we can. 4. Let go. An old man dropped one of his new shoes out of a speeding train. When the other passengers thought it was quite a waste, he threw out the other shoe. The passengers were shocked. The old man explained, "No matter how expensive is this pair of shoes, the remaining one is now useless to me, so why not I just throw out the other shoe so whoever picks them up will have a pair of shoes to wear and use." Moral of the story: it is better to give up whatever is making you miserable in your life, rather than hang on to your problem and make yourself more miserable. Letting go could be a better solution. 5. Think for others. One day, a little rabbit went fishing and caught nothing. The next day, he did the same thing and also caught nothing. When he went on the third day, a big fish jumped out of the lake and shouted, "If you dare to use carrots as fish bait, I will kill you." Moral of the story: if you use what you think is good for others and not what others want, you are only living in your own worthless world. 6. A merry heart is the best doctor. A doctor went into a surgery to treat a patient with cancer. When he opened up the patient, he was shocked to find the tumor so huge that it was impossible to remove, so he sewed up the patient again. When he tried to explain it to the patient, who was from a rural village, could not understand and firmly believed that he was healed. The doctor could not do anything and let the patient go home. After a year, the patient came back to the hospital, all healed. The doctor is now taking his doctorate in psychology instead of continuing his doctorate in medical studies. Moral of the story: a merry heart is the best doctor. 7. Don't let a good opportunity slip by. A man sat waiting for a friend at a coffee house when a girl walked in and asked, "Are you the one that was recommended by Auntie Wang for matchmaking?" The man lifted his head, and saw that the girl was the lady of his dreams and decided to play along. Yes, please sit down. And so they got married, and on the day of the marriage, he confessed that he was not there for matchmaking that day. The wife replied, "Neither was I. I just need an excuse to talk to you." Moral of the story: don't let an opportunity slip by. Catch it without hesitation. 8. Don't envy others. Two tigers, one was in a cage, and the other in the wilderness. Both thought that its own plight was bad, and each admired the other's situation and finally decided to swap positions. Not long after, both tigers died, one of hunger and another died of loneliness. Moral of the story: we are always not satisfied with our own situation and envy others when actually other people are envious of your situation. 9. Good, better, best. There was a poll among the female students to choose the Exayahua, or class beauty among them. Exayome, who was a plain-looking girl, said in her campaign speech, "If I am chosen, after a few years, you can tell your husbands that you are prettier than the class beauty when I was in university." She won the campaign. Moral of the story: when other people support you, it's not because you are better than others, but it's because others feel that they have become better because of you. 10. Don't throw a stone at others. During a dinner, Mark Twain was talking to a lady beside him, and out of courtesy, he said, "You are so beautiful." The lady was arrogant and told him, "I am sorry, but I can't say the same for you." Mark Twain then told her, "That's all right, you could be like me, just tell a lie." The lady looked down in embarrassment. Moral of the story: you can throw a stone, but the one who will trip over is often yourself.